How are y'all? I am cleaning out something real quick. Let me put this down real quick, y'all. Give me a second. Good morning. Good morning. So, oh my goodness. You know what? I launched this live so quickly that I forgot to check and see what zodiac sign Ginuwine is. I think I'm going to do that now before I get started with this discussion. And just give me a moment, guys. Give me a second. All right, so my boy is a Libra. I am a very big fan of Ginuwine. Love his music. Love him. Okay. And but just recently there was some kind of stunt that he was doing, some kind of magic trick. I have a warning for him. Okay. Because I seen the video. Of course, I keep up with Ginuwine. Okay. I love him. And you know, the first thing that I thought when I looked at the video after it happened was that, God dang, he looks good. You know, he looks great. Gorgeous man. But my spirits have a warning for him. And I'm going to do an official reading on this. I already had Ray J and his sister Brandy under my radar to do readings on them. You know, these are childhood artists that their music means a lot to me. I was a big fan of Brandy. Ray J just seems like such a sweet guy. I'm not sure what's going on. A lot of people, there's a huge scandal as far as like with the whole Whitney Houston situation. I don't think, and you know what? I think I may have done a reading on that. I'll have to look it up. No, I didn't see any foul play because I would have remembered. But we got to talk about Ginuwine. I looked at the original footage of him holding his breath underwater. Guys, first of all, you got to be smarter than that. Okay, you got to be smarter than that. Something took over him. A spirit was put on him in that water. I don't know why he would do that. I don't know if it was for attention or somebody told him that it would be a good idea. But something tells me that I want to do a reading on it officially because I don't want to demonize anybody, which is the magician that I don't know what it was about, but I do know that I saw the video footage of him holding his breath under the water. A spirit took over him. And even though he did a video after that stating that he was okay and everything, sorry, I'm clearing away my space so that I can do a reading on it to confirm what I'm saying. He passed out because something else took over his body. And if he doesn't get some kind of spiritual help, everything's going to start declining. Okay, like I said, whoever the magician was that did the stunt that he participated in, and I think it was by one of those magicians. I can't even remember his name. I'm not sure if it was done intentionally, but immediately when I saw the footage, immediately my spidey senses started going off. And he had a spirit take over him. And obviously it's a malevolent spirit. Okay. And so he needs to make sure that he consults with either his ancestors or either some trusted, member of the church, I guess. I'm not real sure what his religious or spiritual faith is, but something definitely did take over him. He did a video right after the incident happened and said, I'm fine. I'm at the airport. If he doesn't get help with that, he's not going to be fine. Here's the thing about water. Water already can carry spirits, okay? Water carries spirits. A spirit went in him when he did that stunt. And from what my spirits are telling me, from what my spirit guides are telling me, is that something took over his body. That is what caused him to pass out. In fact, passing out is because, there are some people when it comes to spirits and the information out there is all wrong. It's funny because I was scrolling through Facebook and I found a video with, what's that actress's name? The one that was in the Scream movies. The white lady. She played the reporter. The one that got punched by Sydney. Y'all know who I'm talking about in the movie. And she was consulting with, I guess, a spiritualist, and the spiritualist told her that ghosts cannot take over somebody's body, and yes, they can. Okay, so I bring that up to say that there is a lot of, difference in opinions. It's okay for everybody's opinion to be different, but I can tell you that is totally not the truth. And that ghosts take over people's bodies all the time. It doesn't always have to be a demon. In fact, in most cases, it's not a demon, okay? In most cases, it's not a demon. Demons have other things to do other than take over the bodies of people. Not saying that a lower level demon or demonic entity can't take over a person's body. They do it all the time. But, it's, that's misinformation. And so if you are a person that is very spiritually aware, and so passing out is a surefire sign that a spirit is taking over your body. Because what happens is that it enters the body. That is the actual act of your spirit leaving your body and something else coming in. Okay. Like, it's this weird thing just, about me personally. Okay. Before I had my first child, before I gave birth to my first child, I used to be a clubber, and I went to the club just to dance and to drink. And so one night I decided to go to the club and have about 20, 30 shots of tequila because they were $1 a piece. I was drunk and I went home, and I had never passed out in my life, but I passed out that night. But something funny happened. Something very miraculous happened. I was passed out. I was not there. Something lifted me up because I was fully aware that I was not in my body. Something lifted me up and took me to the toilet and made me throw up. And I was throwing up blood and everything. It was one of my most memorable near-death experiences. It was terrible. Something was there. I don't know if it was Michael the Archangel. It wasn't my mother. My mother was asleep in the next room. Like, I had passed out. I don't know exactly when I had came to go and throw up, because I could have choked on my own vomit. In fact, that is, if you drink too much, that's actually the way that most people die, when they drink too much and they pass out. Because I passed out on my stomach. I passed out on my back. Okay. And back then I slept on my stomach a lot. I was a stomach sleeper. Okay. Now I sleep on my side, but back then I slept on my stomach a lot. Something, I don't know if it was a guardian angel, it lifted me up. Because I remember seeing myself wake up, and there was like, I was, and so whatever that spirit was, it because it was not me, I was gone. It lifted me up. It took me to the toilet. I threw up a bunch of times. I was sick for about I was so sick. I felt dead for like 3 days afterwards. But I know it was me. It was definitely me. Something protected me from that. But passing out is not good. Okay? Fainting and stuff like that, stuff can take over. Something took over Ginuwine. That's my boy. I love him. I love his music. You know, and I just don't want to see anything happen to him. Okay? So I'm going to do an official reading on him, and I may go ahead and throw Ray J and Brandy in there because Brandy had a seizure or something. So but I want to start with Ginuwine because that's my boy. I like Ray J, I do, but I think that Ginuwine's situation is much more of an emergency. Okay, even though Ray J is going through some things right now, I think that Ginuwine needs to seek spiritual counsel, trusted spiritual counsel. Okay. I don't even know if, I don't know. Like a few years ago, I felt like either Chris Brown's constituents or something was watching me because Chris Brown got mad at me because I did a very accurate reading without the cards on Chris Brown. And I wasn't trying to be evil towards him. I just told the truth. And I got a really, really, really hateful email that was like, Chris Brown is going to be fine and nothing's going to happen and nobody's going to take him down. But the next day after that, he went to clearing up his reputation and he started legal proceedings. If he would have just let that stuff go, if Chris Brown would have just like said, oh, screw that, he went into action after that reading. So, I feel like I was helpful to Chris Brown, you know what I'm saying? Because, it's one of those things, I'm not like a celebrity ambulance chaser or whatever, but that like immediately I could see what was going on in that video. Something took over him. I'm not sure if the guy that was doing this magic trick did it to him on purpose. We will find out during the reading. We will find out in just a couple of minutes here. I'm going to come back. I'm just clearing off my space here so that I can see what's going on. Okay. And so, yeah, but I can already tell you without a shadow of a doubt, like this is no doubt that, that he definitely had a spirit take over him. And see, the thing of it is with water that you have to be careful of is, first of all, before I come back, I'm going to look at a couple of more videos to see what this whole thing was about and get names and the proper information. But it was not a good idea for him to do that, and he's in what from what my spirits are telling me is that he's going to start a decline. And that man looks good. Okay. He looked good. He got his beard is gray, which, ooh, okay. He's like my secret celebrity crush, Ginuwine is. And I absolutely love his music. He's going to need some help with that. Okay. And that's exactly what spirits will do. And it is definitely something malevolent. It's something malevolent that took over him. So I will be right back to divinate this with my cards. If you have ever passed out, chances are you have had, unless you had like a guardian angel or something, but that's not what always happens. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, who knows? Well, I was in my early 20s when this happened to me. So you never know. The guardian angel, it could have been the spirit of my firstborn that did that, because it's like, oh, mommy, you got to be here so you can have me, because I gave birth to him like a year or so later. I ended up having a child after that. And So, it wasn't anything, I'm not an alcoholic or anything at all. It's just that I just had drank too much. I was just taking them shots back and, thinking that, it's all good, but it actually wasn't. So I'll be back to do that reading on my boy. And, until then, we're going to, we're going to speak, healthy prayers over him that he does get help. And immediately when I seen it, I recognized it as a ritual. Okay. Immediately when I seen it. So I'll be right back. I just got to clear. I think I'm going to use a different cloth though, because I got candle wax all over this one. So I will be right back, you guys. Okay. Blessings.